Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of React Native course. In this video, we are going to work on section list component and also will integrate the third-party library React Native Date Picker in our application and also will build some custom components. So let's first see the application, the screens that we are going to build. Now here when we do sign in the application, we can select the project. This is the section list that we are going to create. And then when we move to the scheduled task screen, here this is a custom component that we will build. This basically display all the days in a month and we can select the date. Also here there is a date picker. We can move to the some other month and this task then will be filtered out on that particular date. And there is a add task button. When we click on this button, this will display a modal window where we can fill the information about the new task and we can select start and end time. So yeah, let's start it. Next we'll create a section list here. So the project which has been selected will basically display the list of tasks on the bottom. So for that we need to first check here the tasks that we have added in each project. Like here if we see the task status, so we need to group the task status and check how many tasks are in progress and how many tasks are in complete state. So let's change here. We'll basically create a task group. This basically will hold the task in a group, and let's create here use memo. This use memo will be triggered when the select card gets changed. Use memo here we are using for basically creating a memorized variable that will hold the list of tasks that it has to display on bottom this project list. So first here we'll calculate the tasks from the projects dot find project project dot id double equal to select card. So we are here setting the id when we selecting the project. So once we get the project, now here we need to group it. So how we can group it? First here we let's add a group, and let's do here tasks dot. Okay, so here basically we need to call dot tasks. Now here task dot map task. So here first we'll do calculate the existing item existing item group task dot status. Okay, so if the item is existing item, else we'll do group dot existing items, then group existing item equal to dot group existing item and task as group task dot status. So now let's create a state here, constant task list set task list equal to use state. And now here we'll do constant group array object dot keys group dot map, and here we'll return label key data group key. Okay, so this will create a group array, and we don't need a straight here. We'll just return this group array. Let's print it also, group array. Now here we have not selected any project. So once we selected this project, here we are getting that data and then label. So this is the data that we are getting, and here these are the tasks. Okay, so this is fine. Now let's clear this. Also let's create a view. Just put it style flex 1, and let's give some margin top 20. Now here when this selected card and we'll display here section list. So in the section list, here we'll put sections, task group, and then here we'll put key extractor. So in the key extractor, we'll get it here item index. So item plus index and render item. So in the render item, here let's give it item. So here we'll create constant uh, task view, return view style flex direction row. Here we'll call task view and this item. Okay, and so this is the render item, and then next here we'll display render section header. So let's put here render section header section label. So here we'll put text, and let's give a label here. So this is are the two labels that we are displaying at here on the bottom. So just let's put some styling. So first we'll put this styling for this section list padding. Okay, and let's put here style font size 28. Let's just put it 18. Font weight bold. Let's just put it scroll enabled false, so we can't scroll it. And on the home screen, so here we'll put it scroll view. Let's add a scroll view here. So this is a scroll view. So once we select it, here the project, it will display all the tasks. So let's go to this project list. Let's add some padding vertical. Okay, so these are first in progress and then completed. Now here in the progress, so here we need to display one icon, and then will be have here text. Let's add padding. So here we'll give one view, and let's give style here, style, background color. So the background color, width of 32 and height of 32. Let's increase the width and height. So if we check this, so let's put 60 and border radius. So this is the border radius that we have put it here, and here let's add padding horizontal of 10. 10 would be fine, and padding vertical 5. So we'll give just a border width of, let's give one border color. So this is the border color, and here we'll give margin bottom of 5. Okay, so these are basically the tasks that we have added in our section list, in progress and completed. Now let's add one image here in the center, and then at here we'll basically create a view, and for that we'll put it style, flex. Let's put just put first padding of padding horizontal 10, and align items center. Here we'll put text, name, so this is the name. Here we'll display the text, the task that was created date. So the task that created date, let's put it the created date moment. So in the moment we'll basically send this date. Let's just put it the start dates, and the end date. So let's just give the end date, some random end dates, and here this is the start date, and I just formatted the start and end date. And now here in the project list, once we get it in the name and start date, let's put here moment start date dot start of day from now. Put it the here this start date when the when this task was started, and here when the task was so here also we can add condition. If the status is completed, then we can check the end date when the task is completed. Similarly for this project, Now here we need to display one icon image, so let's do that. Here we have added the image. Now let's import this image. Here import to image from assets image to png. Let's use this image at here, image source to the image, and we'll just put it line items center, justify content center. So this is the image that we have put it in this view. Now next we will start on the calendar screen where we can schedule the task. So here basically on the top will display a calendar and we can choose a date here. So for that particular date we'll display the task. Going to work on the calendar screen where we can schedule the task. So here we have a schedule task screen. So the first, if we go to this design, here first we'll add the back button and the search icon. So we'll add that header at here. So we have exported both the images and let's put it in the image directory. Okay, so we have added both the images at here, the search and the arrow icon. Now let's add a component here, back button dot js. This is a React component, and here we'll do call button. So this button that we have created the component, and we'll put it here, image. Let's import the image. So this is the arrow image, and let's use here source. Okay, now this is the back button. Here we'll put it style, background color, transparent, width 32, and height of 32. So this is basically a back button that we have created previously, and we are just passing the image as a children here. And let's go back to that home schedule task screen, and here let's add the view. Let's put it that back button. So this is our back button, and let's give here style, flex direction, row, and we need justify content, that will be space between, and let's put it here style, flex one. Okay, now here we need one more icon, that is for the we need one more component, that is for search, is search.js. So here also we'll call that same button, the button component. Just put it this in the same search, and let's import the image. Import search image from search.png, And in the schedule task, let's add this search component. Let's import the button. So these are the two buttons that we have added it here. If you want, you can reduce the size. Let's give the size here, the style, width 28, height 28. And in the schedule task, we'll give it here background color white. Let's just give here padding horizontal. This is the back button and the search button. So on click of the back button, we can go to the back. So here we can put it constant, use navigation, on press, navigate to home. Here we'll just put it home screen. Here we'll get back to the here to the screen. So next we'll work on the calendar for scheduling the task. Okay, for adding the calendar here, we will display a text, the current month, like here the October 2024, and there will be add task button. So for this date, and when we click on this particular date, it will display a date picker to select the date. So let's add here one dependency that we needed, npm install react native date picker. Okay, and let's add a state here, constant current date, set current date, use date, and let's pass here new date. So this will hold the current date, and let's create a view here, view, and we'll put it style, flex direction, row, and let's put it justify content, space between. Okay, now here we'll basically display one text. So for that we'll put it here button, and let's pass here text, and in this text we'll display the formatted month for the today's date. So let's add a function here, constant get month, use callback, current date, and this basically return. So let's just add here constant options, year, numeric, and month, short. And then here we return current date dot to local date string, and here we'll pass, and let's pass the options here, and here we'll call get month. Okay, like here it is displaying November 2024, and then we'll just pass here style, background color, transparent, width, and let's put this style here for this text. Let's put it at here, date, font size 18, font weight, bold, and let's pass this here styles dot date, and let's put this style at here, and we'll just change this to, and let's just add here styles dot date button. And let's just increase some font size. Let's give padding horizontal of 10. Okay, and at here we need one button like this, add task. So let's just give it button, label, add task, and we'll give define here the width, style. Okay, so this is the date, and here we have button. Okay, so this is the date, and here we have a task button. Now when we click on this date, will basically display a date picker to select the date. So for that we'll create a modal here. Let's create a modal. So for that we're going to use the modal component from React Native. Let's put here date picker, date picker modal .js. Now here we call a modal from React Native, and then let's put it here visible, put it here is visible, transparent, true, animation type, let's use slide, request close, have a prop here on close. Okay. And now the in this model we'll put it here view. So for that, that will be a model container basically. So let's put here model container flex 1, justify content center, align items center. Let's put it here style, styles dot model container. We don't need view it here. And let's add here date picker. Date. So the date that will pass here, current date, or let's say selected date. So this is will pass in the selected date, and mod date on date change, handle date change. And let's use this date picker model. Add here date picker model, and here let's add a state constant is model visible, set is model visible, use state false. So here on press will set is model visible true, and on close will set is model visible false. Okay, and here is visible is model visible, and let's pass here selected date, that is current date. Let's just restart the application. We need to do pod install. Add few changes here. If you face any issue with this library date picker model, just clear the cache and rebuild the project. Also, if you still face issue, delete these pods and pod file.log, then it will work fine. So here the application that we have, so let's just clear it and we'll reopen it. And now in this date picker model, let's remove this model. We don't need it because date picker also gives a feature to display it as model. So we have added it here model, and also open is visible. Here let's add on cancel, on close, and here we pass handle date change. So here we'll set current date. Let's expect a date here. Set current date is date, and then set is model visible false. Okay, let's go and add here. So this is where displaying the model, and let's select the date, confirm. So let's add here on confirm date maker model, on confirm handle date change. So this is, let's set this, confirm. Okay, so here let's say if we have selected September, and if we press it cancel, this will not change. And here we go, and here if we select September or any month and then we'll confirm, it will change to September. Okay, so this is the date picker model. And now here in the schedule task, we'll basically display the dates, the month of the days of month. So like if today is the 4th of October, then we'll display the 4th as selected, and we'll scroll the list to on 4th date, and on 4th how many tasks are pending, that will display in at here in the task list. So for that, let's add a component here. We'll give the component name day of list js. Okay, so here we'll expect one uh, date, the date which is selected, the current date or the date that is selected through date picker. And here let's create constant days, set days, use state. So there will be some set of days, and here we'll do constant selected date, set selected date equal to use date. Let's add a use effect here. So whenever the date prop change, we'll set it here, set selected date. Okay, and let add here constant generate days, use memo. This basically we need this data days to display it here in a flat list. So for that we'll basically generate the days. So here will be have use memo, and this will be changed when selected date is changed. So let's uh, calculate here constant date equal to selected date, and then first we'll calculate the year, constant year equal to date dot get full year. And here let's calculate month, date dot get month, and constant days in month. So new date, here let's pass year and month plus 1 0 dot get date. This basically a given number, uh, that will be the total days. So for example, if the year is 2024 and month, here will be get month, and we'll set it basically month plus 1 and from the 0. So uh, this this date, once we get this date, from that we'll get the date, how many days are there in the in that month. Let's set constant days array, and here basically we'll call for let I 0 I less than equal to days in month, I plus plus. Here first we'll calculate the date, new date, year, month, and I, and let's put it in the days array dot push. Here we'll pass the date, then day. This day basically will give us the weekday, like Monday, Tuesday, or something. And let's put it here, weekday short. This will give Monday, and full date, date to local date string. So once we'll get the days set, days array, then let's add here a flat list in which we will basically display this data. And let's add here style container flex 1, padding of 10. Here we'll pass the data, days. Let's extract key extractor, item, to string. Let's pass here horizontal, render item. Let's add here uh, the item view, full date. Okay, so now here we'll basically display touchable opacity, and let's give a text, the day. Let's call it here day of month list, and the date will pass current date. Let's pass it selected the date here. Okay, the date become modal. Let's put this in a view. So in a day of months, so on the top basically we need to display Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like this, and on bottom we need to display the day. So here let's do in this way. Style, here we put it style. Let's put the item style, align items center, and we'll put some padding, border radius, and let's have some width. Styles dot day item. Okay, these are the basically we our all the days. And here let's add show indicator false. Okay, and here we'll put it date dot get date. Let's start this from one. Okay, so these are the days basically. Now the day which is selected, like the today's date, we need to display that color. So like this, and we need to scroll to that index. So let's add few more things here. So day font weight bold. And let's add here selected date, selected date, color. Let's add here color white. Background color. Okay. So now here in the touchable opacity, here we'll check if the day is selected. Then we'll apply the styles. We'll basically use this selected date state. Let's do it this way. Constant is selected. So here we'll check if date dot to date string double equals to is equal to selected date dot to date string. So if is selected and then styles dot selected day item. So like here we are displaying this as a background color. Okay, so when the date is selected, now here also we'll change the color. Styles is selected and here styles dot selected date. Let's add this at here also. Yep. And also when on press we'll do set selected date date. So here we can select it the date also. Okay, so now let's say when you are coming to this screen, by default, let's say if the date is today date is 15th, then this should be uh, scroll to that particular date. So for that, we'll basically handle it using the scroll to index function. Let's first create a ref here. Let list ref, and let's put use ref, and we'll use this list ref at here. Now here we'll call the function to scroll to index set timeout. And then scroll, use scroll back, select the date. Okay, now here handle scroll. Basically, we will first calculate the index where it has to scroll. So first let's the index calculate the index days dot find index. So basically we'll check the, on which day the date is equal to the selected date string. Selected date to date string. Okay, this will give the index. Now here let's check if let list ref dot current and index is greater than equal to 0. So we'll do flat list ref dot current dot scroll to index animated. So just pass it the here the selected date and days array, and then now let's it is giving some error, so here we'll give on scroll to index failed. Let's add a constant wait new promise. So here just created one promise, and then promise dot then let's put it here if flat list ref dot current. And from here we'll get info dot index. So let's restart the app. Now once we go to this will scroll to the that particular day. Okay, okay, so this is our calendar component and the day of months component. Like if we selected this date, so the 24th has been selected, the date of October 24th. Now here we'll display the task on the day. Like if the day is selected 24th of October, then we filter out all the tasks that is pending for this date. Okay, now let's test this app in the Android device. So we'll open a terminal here and just run npm run Android. Okay, so now the build is successful for Android, and we'll see just let's restart the app. Okay, now here in the Android device also we can see this is the login screen, and here option to select the project. If we selected this, we able to see here there are tasks, and let's go to the scheduler task. Okay, now this has been scrolled to the current date, and here we can able to select the date. Okay, one change we need to add is when we are coming to this schedule in the schedule task, when we are calling date picker module, so on date change handle on date change, we just need to remove this, because whenever we are selecting any date without the confirm, this is going to in a cancel state. And now here we can select the date first, then confirm it. So this is working fine in Android too. Now the next thing that we are going to work is, so here we'll display the list of tasks for the selected date. So let's add a view here, view, and basically we will display here the tasks which are pending. The status is not completed, the tasks which are in progress, and for the current date, and also the tasks which are not completed on previous days. So let's first filter out all that tasks. Constant tasks, use memo, and here we'll do selected date. So let's just add tasks, task list, empty array. Let's import the projects. So let's do project for dot for each uh, project, and here we'll do project dot tasks dot for each task. Now here we'll check if selected date dot to date string is less than equal to new date task dot start date to date string, then and also this is one condition, and task dot status is equal to is not equal to completed. We'll do task list dot push the task, and then here we'll return task list. Okay, let's print the task list also here. So this is the task list. So task list id 1, and the task name is design changes. Now let's do one thing. The task that we have added will basically just change the date. Let's give some future date. Okay, basically we here we need to just change this condition. There we need to just check the greater than, because the current date should be greater than equal to the start date, then only will display that tasks. So now here we'll do, here we display flat list data task key extractor item item dot index index dot to string, and let's add here render item also, render item, and here we'll create a card. Let's just copy the card from the home screen, this project list. Let's copy this task view, and here we'll put it in the schedule task. And let's just put it here, uh, task view, item. Let's import the image, to do image from assets image to do.png, and let's use this image right here. Okay, let's remove this view. This is not required. Okay, so these are the tasks, and let's add here text. Just put it as task style, padding of 10, padding horizontal 20, and padding vertical 10. And let's add font size 24, font weight bold. Let's say if we select the uh, task, let's say if we select the some other date, like the date on which we don't have the task, so it is not, so it will not display any task. So I just put it height of 80 because this is our flags, and if we are displaying in a column, so view is fine because this is our scroll view, and here there will be a task. So let's say if we selected some other uh, day, and let's remove this from here. And here let's add one more text that will say notice notice found if task dot length, if no task dot length, and then and let's put this style align self center. Okay, so let's say if we are selecting a date, these all tasks are in open state that we are displaying it, and let's say if we selected any other date, so here we see only 3 tasks. Let's add this stretchable opacity. Okay, so this is the scheduled tasks screen. So now when we will click on the add task button, we'll display a separate screen where we can create the task. Here, if we see, because we are using this component in the two screens, let's create a component that can be reused. So we'll give this component name task view, task view.js. So this is basically reduce our file size and the number of lines of code. So here we'll put it just task view. We are using name and start date. Also, let's import this image. Now we don't need this. Let's remove this from here. Also, we don't need this. I'll just simply call here task view. and we need to import these components. Okay, so these are the task components. Also, we are using it here, so let's do it. Clean it, the file. This looks okay. So in the project list screen, remove it from here. Just import that component. Also, we don't need this to-do image now here. Okay, so we have now cleaned the task view component. We put it in the another folder. Now this can also be a reusable, but I don't see anywhere uh, if we use this card component. So just let's keep this in this component itself. Now let's add one more component here, create task. This basically will be a modal, create task. Okay, so let's add few more parameters, a few more props that we require. Animation type equal to slide, and then we need transparent true on request close on close. And here we'll add view, let's put the styles here, style sheet dot create modal container flex 1, background color white, line items center, padding of 10, just this modal header, styles dot modal container, and here will be have view, style, styles dot modal header, flex direction row. Let's add first back button. So let's use this component. Let's add here constant. Use state false, and let's put it here. It's create task on close will do. Set is create task false. Okay, and here uh, on back button press on press, we'll basically call here on close. Okay, so now here when we when we press on add task button, add here, we need to set it the state, set is create task true. So this is a modal, and when we press it back button, this will go in a close state. And now here we have a back button, and let's put a one view here. This view will put it in a center, and let's put here text create a task. Okay, now here we have a create a task. Let's put this in a center. Let's put it some height. I think 60 would be fine. Font size. So here we just put it in the modal header, height of 80. And let's put okay, and here let's put font size 24, 18, and font weight bold. Okay, so this is the header for this model. So next we'll put some fields like the name, date. Now here we'll text input, task name, style, and let's add a style here, input, border bottom width of 1, border bottom color gray, styles dot in. Yeah, so this is the border. Oh, and here we can just put text name, and this here we'll put label, padding vertical 5, and here we'll put it styles dot label. Okay, and we can increase this to 10 also. And let's give here padding of font size